All right, so you guys have heard a lot about players who are going to be transferring here to the University of Texas, and this guy decided to leave Notre Dame. He's going to be joining the Longhorns probably in a few weeks. Its name is Ovie. Help me out with the last name so I don't butcher it and get mad at me. So before the Longhorn Nation to understand it, I know you said you joked beforehand. Everyone makes it harder than it needs to be, but go for it. Give us it.
Ovie Oghoufo.
Oghoufo. Ovie, like you posted something on Twitter. I want to start here. You posted something on Twitter not too long ago showing everybody how you've been working out and staying in shape. Can you give us an idea of the things that you've been doing as you prepare to get here to UT?
I mean, just really just trying to just hone in on the skills that made me the football player I am, and just really just things that have to do with just explosion, coverage ability, pass rushing. A lot of those things come from like smaller things like just like the weightlifting type thing about it. Just like the way I've been training is definitely like a lot of balance, a lot of just like very like abstract training, but really like just to hone in those skills with footwork and coverage skills again from before pass rushing and all of that. So it kind of looked different. I mean, on my Instagram, I post a lot of stuff too. Uh, I've been training out, and I'm getting my degree at Notre Dame still. So I've
What you
been
studying, by the way? What are you studying?
film and television.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that in a second. But you get degree in film and television. When do you finish that up?
I finished that up probably in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
And from there, I head on to Texas. But I've been training in South Bend over here with my trainer out in T2 Performance. And then I'm from Detroit, so I take trips to Detroit too and train my other trainer and at ELA. But we just been really just been focusing on like again what's making me a good football player, what my skills are, and that's what you saw in that video for real.
Yeah. What part of Detroit you usually train? I used to cover the Lions, so I'm very familiar with the Detroit, your little 313 over there.
Yeah, so I've been training a little bit outside of Detroit, in Farmington Hills, probably about like out from Detroit. So
yeah, nice area out there. So, what now with that training? What are you hoping that you'll end up bringing, to this team? Because obviously you felt like you could be able to contribute. So, what are those? Translate that for me, and what you feel like you might be able to bring once you get here.
Well, with my coach, I mean, with my talks with Coach K, just the type of defense is a very versatile defense, and I say that I'm a versatile player. Just being able again to cover, pass rushing. I think for my size, I got sneaky strength where I am with my long arms too. Like I'm able to extend my arms on these big also offensive tackles and stuff like that. So just really trying to to the bring that to the defense. Very fiery, um, smart player. So I'm trying to just and one of the reasons why I entered the portal is just to find a program and a scheme that can help me hone all those skills and be able to put all those skills in display.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what made Texas, appealing out of all your options? What was it about Kwiatkowski's defense that you liked? And I guess, working with Bo Davis probably had to be a little bit appealing to you as well. Can you run us through that a little bit?
I mean, yeah. So really the Texas thing was a no-brainer. I was going through the process. A lot of schools hit me up and shout out to them. But it was really like kind of like process of elimination for real. Just trying to figure out like my pros and cons of each school. And then when the Texas thing came up, I already got Coach Joseph over there, who pretty much knows how I play a little bit
Yeah.
already. And then just like just being able to be coached by Coach Sark. One thing was that he coached at Alabama, so he was able to see me firsthand play against
True.
Alabama. So that was another big thing. And then Coach Davis, being a NFL coach, what I'm saying? It just feels like it's a place where, I'm gonna get the best training. Like I'm gonna be get the best development. And with the type of player I am, I feel like, I can definitely contribute to the defense.
So when they kind of pitched it to you, Did they say, hey, you come in, we feel like you can start? Did they tell you you feel like you can compete with your skill set? Like, how did they sell it to you to make you feel like, okay, this out of all your options, because you want to play, obviously. So how did they sell it to you where you made you feel comfortable that this would be a good fit for you?
I mean, just off conversation, really, and the type of conversations we had is just I just like that they had a plan for me, really, just a plan for me to come in, work, compete, and then if I do everything I do, then everything should work out the same, the way
Yeah.
I want it to. And I know that the work that I've put in should, reflect that. So just the opportunity, just the fact that I can have an opportunity to show what I can do is really what I was looking for, especially in a type of defense like this. Like it's kind of type of a defense I played in high school where like
Mm-hmm.
I was moving all over the place and stuff like that. So I'm kind of excited to get back to like, that type of defense again.
Did you watch the spring game, the Texas spring game? I'm assuming. What was your impressions of the defense as you watched it? Did you feel like, man, there's a lot of talent that's out there? Could you envision yourself when you were watching it being able to be like, oh man, I think I could fit in here doing these kind of things?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I watched the spring game and I definitely could see myself definitely contributing to the defense. Um, I love the way like I felt like on third down it was something different every time. Like different people was dropping back. So
Yeah.
it looked really fun to get into. A lot of dudes blitzing, all of that. It looked like just an attacking style defense, like just something that I've been really used to. And it seemed, and then another thing was just that like it seems that like everybody's just playing free and everybody just flowing to the ball, running to the ball. And, that's the type of defense, type of scheme I want to be in where I'm pretty much just, set free just to, cause havoc.
Let me ask you a couple more and I'll let you go. Have you formed any, friendships or relationships with any of the current guys on this team, or will that happen when you get here?
I mean, I feel like a lot more will happen when I get there, but it's a couple of players I know already just from like prior stints, like Deshaun Jameson, one of them, Keandre, another,
Mm-hmm.
and funny thing is that Moro,
Yeah.
I I was his what they call him, like his like recruiting guy when he was up at Notre Dame because he's like I think he's a year
Mhm.
younger than me, but like yeah, I was his recruiting guy, so like it's good to like go back there.
So you took him to the parties, is what you're trying to say. Okay, I got it. You're the one that turned him out, so I got it. So, um, did you? Two last things. Were you able to actually visit the campus? Because I noticed COVID is going on. So, did you basically do your everything, virtually, as far as like seeing UT? Because I'm assuming you haven't really even been to Austin yet.
Nah, I've never been to Austin. It'll be my first time going over there. It's kind of a walk by faith, not by sight type thing. So until I get there.
Yeah. So when will you get here?
I'll be in Austin end of May. End of May.
Okay.
Probably like yeah, like that last weekend of May.
It's pretty soon.
But like yeah, it's a good situation. Like I'm excited. I'm excited to get to work really, one thing about the spring I will say though is that like during this process, you have the opportunity to really like see yourself individually and figure out like, oh, okay, what's been making me a good football player. And I felt like that's what this spring is did is that like I was able to learn like what really was my skills, what sets me apart. And I'm just hoping I go to Texas and they see that and then further develop that. And
Yeah.
and the goal is, get to NFL. So
What have you learned about yourself in this process, though? Because I'm assuming this, you probably haven't been off a football field, away from a team per se for I don't know how many years. You would have to tell me. But not being a part of a team and having to do this individually on your own, motivate yourself, right? Because it's not you got to get there at 6 or 7. Like this is all you. So,
mhm.
what have you learned about yourself during this process?
Definitely self-discipline for sure. Like again, as you said, like I could not do anything, and but I know that like where I want to get to, like I definitely have to keep going at it, keep going at it. And I feel like in the beginning that can be a little challenging, But like as you keep going, then like you kind of get used to the schedule. You kind of get used to the routine, and that's just one thing like I've been big on is just like developing a routine. And I mean like the results is showing. So I just hope that I get to Texas and then show the Texas fans what I can do for real.
Okay, so the last thing is, let's go back to your major. So the film and tell what were you hoping to do with that at some point? That's an interesting major. That's not PE. So what were you hoping to kind of do and accomplish with this?
Yeah, so I majored in film and television with a minor in business econ. So really, like, I'm really interested in media, sports media, film, television. So like, really like behind the camera action, in front of the camera action, just the whole realm of it. But I'm also interested in the business side of it as well too. So like the executive producing and things like that. So I mean, I haven't really like pinpointed like what exactly I want to do, but like I definitely, I'm open to all the options that's available.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, when you see Matthew McConaughey on the sidelines, you might just slip in your resume right before warm-ups,
I might tell him, I might be able to direct a little something for him.
Well, he's an Orange Bloods guy, so I think we probably worked that out for you, man. Hey, Ovie, I appreciate your time, boss. Good luck to you. We'll see you when you get here.
Thank you.